Welcome, Leo! I hope that you are doing well. It is Sachi, and we are here to do some shamanic shifting where we take your current energy, we take a look at it, we look at what your goal is, and then we take a look at how to take your current energy and transmute it into your manifestation goal. Please do remember to comment, like, and subscribe. The more energy you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And additionally, the top 2 videos with the most likes will get a bonus reading, and whoever comes in first gets the extended for free. If you're not already an Eagle member on my website, which you can access not just this extended, but all extended, plus my musings page, which gives you access to up-to-date astrological transits and so on, lots of articles. I currently have a promotion for 30 days free so that you can check it out, see if you find any value there, and decide to stay a member or not. The other announcement I would like to make is that my Tarot 101 course is now available in my shop. So if you weren't able to make the live class, then it is now available in the shop. It covers everything. It's a 2-part course. So there is a recording of the class, of the presentation. We go over everything that you need to know of how to read your own cards. So we go over things like how to choose a deck, how to bond with a deck, how to cleanse a deck, the difference between tarot and oracle. We go through the individual tarot cards one by one of the major and minor arcana and go over what they represent. But we also go over how to think of tarot in a broader term and see it from a higher perspective so that you can understand the journey of what the deck as a whole represents rather than just, you know, individualized cards, even though we do go over each of the individual cards. So the course also comes with an in-class worksheet packet that you can fill out while you are watching the presentation, and it organizes your notes in a very meaningful and intuitive way so that you can find exactly what you're looking for after class in your note packet. It also has some tarot journal prompts for before and after class for you to complete, and also a certificate of completion for when you have finished the course, so you have documentation and proof that you did indeed complete the course successfully. So if that interests you, the link is in the description box below. But anyway, let's get started, Leo. Okay, this is what came up in the cleansing ceremony. We had the 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles in reverse, Hermit, and Justice. So what this is telling me is that you have been very careful about your physical foundation. Some of you may be saving up money. Some of you may be very frugal. It seems like a lot on finances here with 3 pentacles coming out in a row. So you may be saving and being very protective of your assets, physical reality, and so on. With the 6 of Pentacles, it seems like maybe you are being giving. You might be doing some charity work or whatever it may be. The 6 of Pentacles points to, yes, like charity, right? But there is a systemic imbalance in some sort of way because it's the King of Pentacles here, and he, he is offering these, people food and drink and stuff, but feminine energy naturally receives and the masculine energy naturally gives. The feminine does not have to be on their knees and beg, right? So it can represent like getting breadcrumbed or some sort of systemic inequality of why there is this exchange going on, if that makes sense. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse with the Hermit and Justice. So this was telling me with 5 of Pentacles in reverse, it's not that, what I got is that you didn't say no. There wasn't a rejection in some sort of way. When the 5 of Pentacles comes out upwards, it can be some sort of physical loss, like a loss of money or, being told no. It's like, okay, they can't stay here, right? They're being physically rejected. So like not getting a job, not getting something. So there was like not necessarily a physical rejection, but with the Hermit here, it seems like you've withdrawn your energy. The Hermit represents sort of going within in order to find the answer to something. Can also represent studiousness, but it's really sort of going into the shadows in order to find some sort of enlightenment. So it can be that you're doing a little bit of shadow work here. And with Justice, it's telling me that you are waiting for basically the Wheel of Fortune to turn so that you are able to get some sort of karmic justice so that the scales are balanced in some sort of way. And for some of you, there could be some legal stuff going on here. For others of you, it's like you're trying to keep your light and shadow balance. This is Persephone. As you see, she has, you know, like a skeleton arm with a pomegranate there, representing that she spends a certain amount of time in, you know, the shadow, the underworld, basically, which is kind of hermit energy. So it's like, you know, you are still maintaining your balance while doing this shadow work, that, you know, going on the hermit's journey here. There was something else I was picking up here with Justice. Oh yeah. Some of you may be connecting with a particular person because Justice is Libran energy, which is one-on-one partnerships, platonic or romantic, but this definitely seems like it could be a more intimate relationship. We have Wimpod, Gnaw and Run in reverse, and Celebi using Leech Seed. So Wimpod gives me energy that can be very wimpy, and with Gnaw and Run, it kind of gives me energy of like a, not a hit and run, but kind of like a dine and dash. That's what I'm getting, like a dine and dash. And it's coming out in reverse. So I feel like there's this energy of not wanting to dine and dash in some sort of way. And with Celebi using Leech Seed, there can be this energy. These are both heart chakra energy, which also heart chakra and money kind of go hand in hand. There's a lot of green in these cards as well. That there's this energy of, you know, Leech Seed, which again, Leech Seed is like, you know, getting seeds from something. So it's like you may want to sort of be planting something. There definitely can be a little bit of more lustful undertones to Leech Seed as well, if I may add. And Celebi is the time traveling Pokemon. So there can be this aspect of sort of jumping timelines or something like that. Okay. Anyway, that's just what wanted to come up in the cleansing ceremony. So we will see what's going on. As I mentioned, Leo, what we're going to do is take a look at your current energy, look at what your goal is, and then look at how to take your current energy and transmute it or transform it into your manifestation goal. All right. Make sure you are drinking water, Leo. Stay hydrated. All right, let's see what's your current energy here, Leo. Oh, I saw the Three of Swords. Heartbreak. Eight of Pentacles coming out in reverse with Temperance. Interesting. Ooh, and the Tower and the World in reverse. That feels like that's what wanted to come out. So, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So, you know, we saw that Four of Pentacles, which again, it feels like you're being very careful with your finances or whatever. And that may be because maybe you had to use your rainy day fund, or maybe your savings isn't what you want it to be right now. But when the Eight of Pentacles comes out in reverse, it can mean that there is a breaking in routine in some sort of way. So what you've been sort of doing or building, or sort of your repetition of what your daily life is, right, in your physical reality, is changing. It's not as stable as what I'm hearing. And with Temperance here, Temperance can indicate like substance things, substance issues, but Temperance literally indicates like temperament. So trying to keep your temper from going too hot or too cold. So again, it's kind of that like balance. So you're trying to have things balance out, and some of this can be sort of spiritual or emotional alchemy with Temperance. The Temperance card in this deck specifically is Hermes, which is the messenger of the gods, or very similar to like Archangel Gabriel. So there can be a lot of like messages coming in about sort of balancing, or maybe about how much money you are spending on drink or substances or something like that. But it definitely feels like you're trying to sort of find your footing and find a balance. But we also have a Tower moment. So we see that the Tower has happened. And Tower moment represents when something is out of alignment, and then, you know, the Tower gets knocked down, basically. So it seems like, you know, basically divine intervention here that knocked the Tower down, which again could be why your daily routine has really shifted here. And then with the World in reverse, it's also telling me, you know, World is the last card of the tarot. And so it represents the cycle coming to a close. So it's saying that you have not yet completed this cycle, even though the physical cycle is disrupted, but the major cycle of how Temperance and the Tower go together has not yet been completed here. And I'm hearing like this could bring your world topsy-turvy as well. So let's see what's the light energy here. We have Shuckle using hide a berry. So that gives me energy of kind of hiding away money, hiding away assets. So there can definitely be some sort of financial, again, like savings that's being used or something like that. It says it stores berries inside of its shell. To avoid attacks, it hides beneath rocks and remains completely still. So this can be, you know, it's happening in the heart chakra. So it can be something that you're sort of hiding away in your heart. Maybe there's something that you want to do. But this is basically talking about avoiding attacks and hiding beneath rocks and remaining completely still. So again, there can be this energy of, you know, tower moment happens that can be very scary when everything sort of comes crashing down around us. And, you know, so there is sort of this stillness of trying to get your temperament where it needs to be. There can be this energy of like hiding in fear or, really wanting to, you know, protect yourself, kind of going in. It kind of gives me Cancerian energy of, or like a turtle that like goes into its shell. That's what the Shuckle reminds me of. Let's see what's the shadow here. Well, I saw the root chakra, or like fire type. So in the shadow, your root chakra, which is everything that you eat, drink, everything you consume, put in and on your body, your sleeping pattern, and your sense of safety here. We have Xerneas using breath of life. So you may notice that maybe you're in this sort of anxiety mode or fear mode because of the way that you're breathing. And again, it feels like your root chakra is destabilized, which if your root, which is the base chakra, which is denoted by red at the base of your spine, if that is disrupted, then your entire chakra system is going to be disrupted. You know, because that's your root. All energy comes from the root, right? Just like a tree, everything, you know, all the nutrients are drawn in from the root. So, you know, it seems like the root of the issue seems to be fear here, if I can be honest. And again, like, you know, with the breath of life, it may be that you're sort of, you know, I don't want to say you're in hiding, you're in hiding, but there could have been something, you know, that made you fearful. And again, that's sort of destabilized your root chakra. And with breath of life, you can tell when your body is in a fear state because your breathing is very fast, right? When you are calm in a relaxation, rest and digest, your breathing is typically like, you know, like when you sleep, most people breathe very slowly, and that's because your body is relaxed. It's not in that fight or flight stage. So if you know, just take note of your breath, if you're like, you know, like fast breathing, that's how you can really tell. And honestly, that's how it feels here. It's like you're trying to get your temperament, but again, there's still this tower moment energy sort of reverberating around you. It says, when the horns on its head shine in 7 colors, it is said to be sharing everlasting life. Yeah, again, there's this aspect of the 7 colors. Those are the 7 main chakras of the, you know, energy systems of the body, from the root to the sacral, which is orange, solar plexus, which is yellow, green, which is heart, blue, which is throat, third eye, which is purple, and well, indigo, I should say, and then crown, which is purple, up to a pink. So, you know, all, again, your root's destabilized, so it's, you know, causing this, you know, energy system sort of overload. And perhaps, you know, it's talking about sharing everlasting life. So you may be having a total chakra upgrade. And part of that, you know, when your energy upgrades and you no longer resonate with the reality around you, you can expect the divine to crumble the reality around you. And that can be scary. So maybe you just don't really know what's going on esoterically, because Xerneas is one, you know, it's a good card to get. It's a really beautiful mythical Pokemon. So it represents, you know, some pretty intense energy that's around you, considering, like, you know, mythical and legendaries, there's only one of them. So it's like they're extra special. So this is definitely sort of life-changing event energy. All right. Let's see what your goal is, Leo. What's your goal? I was hearing some sort of like sing-along song, like something that you'd like sing on the playground in school or something. I'm not sure what that's about, but let's see. What's your goal here, Leo? Oh, wow. Yeah, death and rebirth, change, transformation, something that is coming to an end here. 2 of Wands. So Death card, again, death equals rebirth, right? It's a scorpionic card, so it represents that you must, you know, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. I don't know why that song is coming to me, but, you know, death equals rebirth. You can't have one without the other, basically. So again, Tower energy is also scorpionic. It's the Mars emanation, whereas death is more Plutonian, even though, you know, this death is the typical Grim Reaper with the scythe or the sickle, and it even has like a little Saturn thing. So this is definitely more Saturnian, you know, Capricorny, physical, restrictive type death. But there's still that rebirthing energy, right? Because there are like the zombies that are coming back. So it definitely feels like you're trying to bring something back from the dead in a way. And trying to resurrect is what I'm hearing. But again, things that are changing, things that are transforming here. Two of Wands represents, for those of you on a twin flame journey, it can represent a twin flame on their own, but it represents when you are, look, there's the root, you know, it's like it's kind of cutting off at the root is what I'm getting. But, like Two of Wands represents when you are, you know, rooted somewhere, but not growing. You're stuck, basically. So as you can see, he's like tied up, right? He's perfectly content with exactly where he is. He's not growing. He's not going. So there is this aspect of sort of contentment. There can be this energy that perhaps you want to bind someone or something or stump them. Very, very interesting energy here, I must say. Let's see, what's the light energy? Okay, going right to where you are now, we have Datrix using, or Dartrix, sorry. Dartrix using Sharp Blade Quill and Leaf Blade. And it's going right exactly to where you are now. So there can be this energy. Owl Spirit represents, you know, wisdom and things like that. And Sharp Blade Quill, I feel like there's something that you want to say to someone that is very sharp. Communicate something. Leaf Blade can indicate, again, like Leaf Blade gives me this energy of sort of the sickle. And it can be to the heart. So there can be this energy that you may be emitting towards someone. Possibly it could break their heart or something. But it's kind of this energy of... What am I picking up? I've never felt this energy before, Leo. It's, again, something is changing, but you are sort of staying rooted where you are. But you're not rooted, you're just stuck there, if that makes sense, right? It's like, yeah, he's sitting on a trunk. The trunk is rooted, but again, it's like cut off, but he's sort of just tied there, right? He could untie himself if he wanted. So there's this energy of sort of, like consenting to be stuck somewhere. That's honestly how it feels, whether that's you or someone else. It says a bit of a dandy. It spends its free time preening its wings. Its preoccupation with any dirt on its plumage can leave it unable to battle. So a bit of a dandy. It spends free time preening its wings. So this can be an energy of having the time to sort of dilly-dally, right? And like even he's holding a bird, right? And he's perfectly content sort of doing nothing, just staying put and whatever, right? As, you know, things may transform around him or things are happening, right? He's like, he's perfectly fine. He knows that he could leave if he wants, but he's fine being tied down is what I'm hearing. Its preoccupation with any dirt on its plumage can leave it unable to battle. So there can be this energy of sort of being preoccupied with certain things. Instead of fighting it, you're sort of cleaning it up. Let's see what's the shadow here. Pikachu using Tail Whip. So Pikachu energy can be kind of the energy of like being universally liked or known. So very typical Leo energy. And, you know, the full moon represents releasing energy. And there's even a full moon here in the death card. And, you know, there's also this like pot in the back, which can represent maybe some sort of, you know, ritual or something that you're doing as well. But with tail wap, this can be something from the past. Tales, I always say, are like things from the past, like the stories that we tell ourselves that are coming back to sort of wap around. And this can be stories of the ego, because this is the solar plexus where the willpower and the ego is. It says its nature is to store up electricity. Forests where the nests of Pikachu live are dangerous since the trees are so often struck by lightning. So there is this energy, again, of storing up electricity. So I feel like you're trying to sort of store up your energy while you are where you are, if that makes sense. And then, you know, where they live are dangerous since the trees are so often struck by lightning. So there can be this energy of, you know, being okay where you are, even though there could be some sort of danger. But again, it feels like the danger is just an ego story, right? Of sort of why you feel destabilized in your roots. And since the trees are so often struck by lightning, and again, you know, a tree struck by lightning, right? And then there he is in the forest. So there can be this thing of like, okay, you know, maybe where you live, maybe there's, you know, a burglary all the time or something like that, right? But like feeling okay, being tied down, being where you are sort of thing. And again, still some things are transforming or whatever. It kind of gives me maybe, yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Kind of like gentrification energy of like, okay, I'm going to stay here while that process takes place around me kind of thing. Very, very weird energy, Leo. I've really never felt it. Let's take a look at what Mother Moon would like to say, since we had 2 full moons in your goal, and full moons are about releasing, right? When the moon is full, you can't put anything else in it. It's it's full in totality. And so it's a great time to release things, to, you know, let go of things. So it seems like some things that you might be letting go of are, you know, again, maybe any sort of loss that you've endured, any sort of physical restriction that you've endured, any sort of fear or danger that you have felt. And again, like both of these represent physical restriction a lot, right? He's tied with, you know, his own consent, obviously. And, you know, the greatest physical constraint is literally the limitation that we have on our flesh. So I'm definitely feeling a lot about that. All right, let's see here. Mother Moon, what would you like to say? As I mentioned, Leo, in the extended, we're going to take a look at how we can take your current energy and transmute it to your goal. And as I also mentioned, there is a 30-day free access to the extended. So you can click on the link below, or you can go to my website and go to the menu in the corner and click plans and subscriptions, and you will have everything. We have emotions are running high in reverse. So that's telling me it's important for the next stage for you to have a bit of control over your emotional body so that emotions aren't running too high. And I feel like that's what you're trying to do already with temperance. You're trying to temper your spirit so that your emotions don't get the best of you here. So like I said, we are going to head into the extended if you would like to follow me there. The link is in the description box below, and I hope to see you there.